Okay, good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Thank you for joining us today. I know today is Monday and everyone is in a mood that want to start work. But thanks for all your support to join us today. Stay with us. And our topic today is regarding SonicWall, NSA series, Firewall, and switches. So our speaker today is Choi from Secure One. So he's our network engineer. Without further delay, we shall start now. Troy, I'll pass it to you. Thank you everyone for joining us. If you have any questions, you may leave down in the chat box and we will attend to you shortly. Okay?
Okay, thank you, Pei. Okay, let me introduce myself. My name is Choi from Secure One. I'm a network engineer. So today our topic is introduction about the SonicWall Generation 7 NSS series firewall and the switch. So this is our today's agenda. So we'll talk about the SonicWall, the program and drivers, and we'll introduce the Gen 7 TZ, NSA, and NSSP firewall. And then we will talk about the performance as well and the summary. Also, we'll talk about the SonicWall Switch and the product offering and summary. Okay. SonicWalls, actually, their boundless cybersecurity come with three core principles, which is we know the unknown, because SonicWall will use their threat intelligence technologies such as capture ATP and RTTMI to detect those unknown threats. So besides that, the second core principle is about the unified visibility and control. So there's no more management silos. For example, we can gain our unified visibility and control that integrate the technology, service, and solution. For example, we're using the capture security central and then the network security management as well. The third core principle is about the disruptive economies. So during the last 4 years, SonicWall actually has an architected way to leverage truly disruptive and scalable economies. So making it cost effective to protect your business that across virtual, the hybrid, or even the on-prem environments. So this is the year 2022 SonicWall cyber threat reports that highlight the ransomware's unrelenting reign in the global landscape. So in year 2021, so most of the attack types show increase. So for example, in the diagram, in the picture, you can see that there's a lot of the attack. For example, like 5.4 billion malware attacks, but it's actually decreased 4%. While others like 60.1 million IoT malware is increased around 6%. 5.3 trillion intrusion attempts is increased 11%, as well as the crypto jacking attacks 91 million and 97.1 million, increased around 19%. Ransomware attack is the most dangerous because we can see that the number is very huge, 622.3 million. It's increased around 105%, and also as a encrypted threats 10.4 million, increased around 167%. So this number is based on the cyber threat reports. So we can see a lot of the attack. So the ransomware surge range, so based on the report, is around, globally the ransomware volume has risen around 232% since year 2019. So it keep on increase for the ransomware. So we can see that a lot of the attack for the ransomwares. So with SonicWall AI threat detection, because it's smarter, faster, and better. So with the RTDMI, the technology, we can detect most of the never seen malware. So by using the RTDMI technology, SonicWall actually discovered around 442 and 151 never seen before malware. So in year 2021, so it's a risen around 65%. So we can see increase an average of 1,211 per day. So it is a lot of the malware that detected by the SonicWall technology RDDMI. So we can see this report is actually tested by ICSA lab. So we can see the capture ATP with RDDMI technology, we can detect around 2570 is actually detected those traits, while there's zero positive, false positive, and there's zero trait miss. So during the quarter 1 and until the quarter 4, this is the result. So 128 days of testing, so around 5,558 total tests. So we can see that there's a lot of this trait that have been detected by using the capture ATP plus RTDMI technology. So SonicWall is the only vendor actually during this testing with a 4 straight perfect score, and it's 100% detect of unknown traits. There's zero false positive. So with the capture ATP against the competitive, so we can see that by using the RTDMI technology tested against others leading sandboxing providers during the last 4 consequent quarters. So we can see that the result, SonicWall is able to detect 100%, sorry, is able to detect 100%, while other brands like Trend Micro is only able to detect like 99.96%, Juniper 99.92%, Fortinet 99.86%, and the Revit 99.61%, and NLab 99.29%, and then the Security is 98.26%, and Go Secure 95.67%. So capture ATP from the SonicWall is the only solution in ICSL lab testing that with no false positive results. So this is the current situation that we are facing. So during this pandemic, so we can see that actually a lot of the internet traffic is exponential growth. So now we are already working from home also. So there's 70% of the full-time workers are actually work from home. So, and then 81% believe that they will also continue to work from home as well. So that's why the security is very important. But there's no performing on the firewall when security features on. So security features are including the application control, content filtering, DSL decryption, and the sandboxing. So this is the all new Gen 7 hardware that launched less than 18 months. So from the year 2020 August, so we can see that there's launching on the low-end firewall, which is TZ 670 and TZ 570, as well as an SSP high-end firewall 15,700. So, and then on year 2020 October also, there's a NSP series of the firewall. On the year November 2020, there's another series of model launching, which is TZ 407, TZ 307, and then TZ 207. So on the year 2021 January, there's a mid-range of the firewall is launching, which is NSA 2700. And then on April 2021, we launched the NSA 3700 mid-range of the firewall also. And then on July 2021, we launched on the NSSP as well as the NSA firewall, which is 4700 and 6700, as well as the NSFP 13700. Okay, so on year 2021 December, we launched also for the NSA 5700 high-end firewall, and then the NSSP, you can see that high-end firewall also is 10,700, and NSSP 11,700 series. Okay, this is all the firewall. So introducing the Gen 7 TZ firewall. So with the Gen 7 new model firewall, which it provided expanded storage up to 256 GB already. Besides that, it also provide the multi-gigabit interfaces. So which is, you can see that with 10 gig or 5 gig or 2.5 or 1 gig interface for this small series firewall, this TZ firewall, as well as they have 3 times performance better than the previous generation, which is generation 6 firewall. And then it also provide the TLS 1.3 support. So it support the latest TLS or SSL encryption standard already. So what about the new user interface? Of course, it provide a new user interface already. It's not no more on Gen 7 firewall, no more classic interface already. It's more on a graphical interface already. So this is a Gen 7 NSA firewall. So with high speed and port density and intuitive user interface. So they provide the superior technology, and then they also have the enhanced features already lah. So crowding and groundbreaking and price performance. So they provide a fast performance and then more port and better management on this NSA. So this is introducing on the Gen 7 NSSP firewall. Of course, this one is the highest one for enterprise. So this is they provide up to 100 gigabit Ethernet port, and then it's, of course, it's a multi-instance firewall, and it provide also a lot of the enhanced features already. So this is the features and benefits of the SonicWall firewall. As I say, they provide up to 100. So they have up to 100, 40, 25, or 10 gigabit Ethernet interface. They also provide you the secure SD branch, the single pane of trust management. So you don't need to have, you don't need to control or manage all your firewall one by one. So it's all from a single pane of trust. You can use the NSM to control all your firewalls. Besides that, they also provide the 800 2.11 AC Wave 2 wireless. And then you have, if you have the SonicWall switches or AP or capture client, so that you can integrate with the firewall also. So for the next gen hardware, they have the built-in storage and expandable storage up to 2056 GB. So they have the redundant power, the high density, the high port density, as well as the SFP plus and PoE plus function already. And then they provide also the USB 3.0, which is you can use your dongle for the cellular connectivity. For the enhanced features, because it's a Gen 7 firewall, so they provide the Sonic OS Gen 7 supported, and then they provide the TLS 1.3 support also. So with the SonicWall Sonic Express app, so you can download from the Android or the iOS. So it's easily, you can manage your firewall also. This is one of the apps. And then they also provide the zero touch deployment. So you no need to have your engineer on site also, because once you got the connectivity, so you can control it, or you can manage your firewall already. And then they do provide the secure SD-WAN function. Now they also, because it's a new Gen 7 firewall, they already provide up to three times of performance increase versus the Gen 6, because they provide the high performance threat protection and up to 15 times connection count increase already, and have the fast TPI and low TOC. So we have let's have a closer look on these TZ models, which is TZ 270, TZ3 and 370 and 470 series. So we can see that this is the interface. So we have the console port, the gigabyte internet port, of course, the power input, the set button, and the routing screw for the TZ 270 series. We have the USB 3.0 port, and then you can see the LED. The 3D TG37 is also same as the 47, but those are different is on the firewall throughput. We can see that TG27 is only for 2 gig only, and then TG37 is 3 gig, and then the TG4 is 3.5. So the trip prevention also is different. For TG27 is 750 meg, and then for the 3G37 is 1 gig, and then TG47 is 1.5. For the IPS also, TZ is provide only 1 gig, while TG37 1.5, and TG47 is 2 gigabit. So this is the closer look on the TZ, another model which is 57 and 67 series. So of course it's the same thing. They different on the throughput also. TG500 provide 4 gig, while TG607 is provide 5 gig, and then the trip prevention is 2 gig and 2.5. The IPS is 2.5 and 3. So this is the different. For the outlook, also, I mean the interface, you can see is actually almost the same. So for the NSA 2000 hardware, you can have a closer look on this. They do provide 16 port. I mean the 16 port for 1 gigabit ports, and then they have the console also, the 1 gigabyte management port, and then the USB 3.0 also. And then this model they provide 3 ports for the 10 gigabit SFP and SFP plus port. Okay, so they have the optional for you to have the redundant power adapter, and then it's have a built-in 64 this is 64 GB of the storage module. So the firewall throughput is 5.2, and the threat protection is 3, and the IPS is 3.4. So this is NSA 3700. So it provide 24 ports for 1 gig, and then there's a 4 port is for 5 gig. And then they also have the console port, the USB, the management, and then they also have 10 port is for the 10 gigabit SFP and SFP part. And then they have the built-in 128 storage module. So same thing, they have the redundant power adapter, but this one they have dual fans. So for the firewall throughput is 5.5 gig, and then the threat prevention is 3.5. So the IPS is 3.8. This one is 4700 hardware. So we can see there's 24 ports for the 1 gig port, and then they have 6 port is for the 10 gig or 5 gig or 2.5 or 1 gig or the SFP port. So they have the 3.0 USB port also, and then the storage expand is actually up to 1 TB. So they have 128 built-in storage, and then they have the redundant fans, the power adapter also. So this firewall throughput of course is higher also, because it's a higher model as well. This one they provide 18 GB, and then the threat prevention is 9.5, and then the IPS is up to 10. This one is another model which is 5700 hardware. So they provide 24 ports for 1 gig ports, and then 2 port is for the copper ports is for 10 gig, 5 gig or 2.5 or 1 gig, and then they have 6 port is for 10 gig, 5 gig, 2.5 or 1 gig SFP plus ports. They have the USB also 3.0, the management for 1 gig, the console port, and then they provide the storage expansion up to 1 TB also. They have 128 GB built-in storage. They have the redundant fans and sortable power adapter. So they provide the throughputs, firewall throughputs is up to 28 GB, and then the threat prevention up to 15 GB, and the IPS is up to 17. So this is another model, it's NSA 6700. So they only provide 16 ports for the 1 gig port, and then they have the 4 port is for the 10, 5 or 2.1, sorry, 2.5 and 1 gig is a copper port. And then the 8 port is for 25, 10 or 5 or 2.5 SFP 28 gigabit Ethernet port. And then they have a 4 port is for the 10, 5, 2.5 gigabit Ethernet SFP plus port. And then they also provide a 2 ports is for 40 GB is a QSFP plus port. So this is a higher order. So they up to 1 TB of storage expansion. And this one, of course, the built-in storage is higher than the previous one. They have 256 GB. And also they have the redundant fan, the power adapter also. And their firewall throughput is actually up to 36. And then the trip prevention up to 19, and the IPS is up to 20. So this is NSSP series 13,700. So this is the highest spec on the NSSP also. So they provide 16 port for the 1 gig ports and the 4 gig for the 10, 5, 2.5 or 1 gig copper port. And then 4 port is for the 10, 5, 10, 2.5 for the SFP plus port. And then they have 2 port is for 100 or 40 gigabit ports for the QSFP 28 ports. And then they have the 8 ports is for 25 or 10 or 5 or 2.5 QSFP plus port. So the storage expansion is actually also up to 1 TB also. So this one they have 512 GB built-in storage. So this is more than the previous one. So this one they have 3 fans, and then the power adapter also got 2. The firewall throughput is up to 60. The threat prevention is up to 45.5, and then the IPS throughput is up to 48. So this one is NSFP 15,700. So this one they have the LED control also. LED display is different from the previous version. So they have 6 port for the 100 GB QSFP 28 ports, and then 4 port is for the 40 gigabit QSFP plus port, and then 16 is for the 10 GB SFP plus port. So they have 10 fans for this. So they have 2 hot swappable power adapter. So this one they provide firewall throughput up to 105 GB, and then the trip prevention up to 82 GB, and then the IPS up to 76. So with Sonic OS 7, so they provide a different interface already than the Gen 6. So this is one of the sample. The interface you can see is more graphical than the previous version already. And then they also provide the API based design for you. They also have the single architecture across all the Gen 7 products. So you can also integrate with NSM also for all your product for the Gen 7 also. So this one is the one of the apps, Sonic Express app. So you can manage your firewall. So this is very easy only. So you just launch your apps and then plug into the firewall, and then you can start to set up already. So you can download it from the App Store or the Google Play Store. So why we want to upgrade to Gen 7? Because they have the higher price to performance ratio, so 3 times compared to Gen 6.5 version. Because they have the high port density also, and then they provide a 10 gig 100 gig, 40 and 25 and 10 GB connectivity. So with this new OS 7, so they have support 1.3 TLS, and then the REST API for integration, enhance of the dashboard, and then they support the NSM. So this is the competitive comparison. You can see that this one of the model SonicWall NSA 4650. This one is they block the block rate the by private CVE test, so they can block up to 100%, while others brand like Cisco Firepower is up to 94.48 only, and the FortiGate is up to 94.03, and then the PAN PA is up to the 93.94 only. So while the block rate for the public CVE test, SonicWall is up to 98.8 lah. So the overall is 98.93 for SonicWall Firewall. So this is the Tory report. So we can see that the SonicWall NSA 2700, this next generation firewall has a HA solution provides also. They have a 3 years TCO that is less than 2/3 that of FortiGate firewall, FortiGate 100F. So the advertise the trade throughput that is actually 3 times versus the FortiGate firewall. So this is actually low cost, but actually with a high performance. So this is NSSP series 15,700 firewall. So it also provides a 3 years TCO that less than half that of the FortiGate 3600E model. So the same thing also, they provide they advertise the threat protection throughput that is 2.7 that of the FortiGate. So it's actually also low cost, but with a high performance also. So how you positioning the SonicWall next generation for firewall for your customer? So for the TZ series is actually more on the SMB, the SOHO, the SD branch. So this TZ model is actually like a desktop form factor with or without the wireless. So they have also provide the PoE or PoE plus requirement also. So they come with network firewall with deep packet inspection. Okay, and then for the NSA is for medium range of the branch or the office. So it's a rack mount factor designed for medium market or the hybrid branches. So they also have better port density, and then they provide those encrypted traffic inspection also. And then they have the higher performing on the core inspection requirement. For NSSP is more on the enterprise, so like a big company. So this is also the rack mount form factor design also. And then they have a super high density port for the large enterprise network segment. They up to 40 gig and 100 gig port density. So you're able to run multiple instance of firewall, and then with a low density and high throughput inspection. So the summary of this firewall is actually they have you only need a low cost, low total cost of ownership in this class, and then they provide the high performance and the port density compared to the competition. Okay, they have also provide you the TLS 1.3 traffic inspection. And then they provide the multiple like 100 GB, 40 GB, 25 and 10 and even 1 gig interface. So it's very good for this high port density. And then they have you can integrate the security with a sandboxing, like for example like capture ATP RTDMI. So this is one of the security features. And then you can use the single pane of glass, which is maybe you use the NSM, so you can manage all your firewall, no matter in your branch or other location. You can just manage it in one single pane of glass. So for the SonicWall switches, now we are facing the challenges, how to manage the point of the product, how you deploy on the switches. So the deployment escape, the traffic segmentation, how you want to segment your network. So we need to stay up to date. And then because we have a shortage of the cybersecurity expert, so this is become one of the challenges. So introducing about the SonicWall switches. SonicWall switches also they provide the single pane of glass management. So you actually can manage your switch in single pane of glass. They provide you the wireless network management manager, so you can integrate the switches. You can integrate with NSA. So Firewall also can integrate. So they provide the seamless integration. Okay, it's a easy zero touch deployment, and then they provide you the granular segmentation and compliance also. And then they provide you a save. We will talk about the 7 models of this. So for the product offering, one of the model is SWS 12 8. They provide you the number of gigabit Ethernet port is 8 ports, and then they provide you 2 SFP, but this one is non-PoE support lah. For another model, SWS 12-8 PoE, so this one also provide you the 8 gigabit internet port, and then they provide you a 2 SFP also, and then this one they provide you a PoE. Another model is SWS 12-10 FPoE. This one they provide you a 10 Ethernet port. Okay, so they provide you 2 SFP also, and then they also provide you a full PoE support. For the SW 14-24, they provide you 24 ports, and with 4 SFP plus port. And then this one is non-PoE. Okay, for the SWS 14-24 FPoE, this one they provide you a 24 and 4 SFP plus, and then they also provide you the PoE full support also. For another model, SWS 14-48, they provide you 48 ports. So they have provide you 4 SFP plus also, but this one they don't provide you the PoE support lah. So for the last model, SWS 14-48 FPoE, they also provide you 48 ports with 4 port of SFP plus also, but this one they provide you the full PoE lah. So this product offering for those model, they also have the standard features like layer 2 switching, static routing, VLAN, all these SDP, MSTP, TOS also. The security, they provide you also IP or MAC access list also. So with SonicWall switches, they are actually solving your challenges because you can fully manage your switch via the SonicWall Firewall or the wireless network manager. So you can obtain the cross-product traffic visibility. Besides that, they also provide you the zero-touch deployment. So you no need to have a user on site also. This one because they provide you the zero-touch deployment. And then you can have a traffic segmentation. You can deploy in the standard switch features or the VLAN segmentation or the routing features also, static routing. So you will stay up to date because future proof, they will provide you a 10 gigabit or gigabit capable switches, and then it's a timely hardware refresh. So because of the shortage of cybersecurity expert, that's why they provide you the zero touch deployment. So you don't need to have a very expert IT people there, but you also can manage your switch. So it's an easy centralized management. So the summary of this switch is actually the SD branch is ready is ready for your branches. And then it's flexible management because you can manage via the SonicWall Firewall or the wireless network manager. And then it provide you the zero touch deployment. So you can attend end-to-end security from a single vendor because they unify security postures, streamline deployment, simplify the management and visibility. Of course, they pass all the compliance check and then it's reduce your operational cost. Okay. Okay, it's come to the end of the webinar. So if you have any Q&A section, you have any question, you can write down in the chat box. So if you have further information, you can contact us via the sales at secure1.com.my, the email address. Okay, so if any one of you have any question, you can write it down on the chat box. We'll try to answer you.
Yes, thank you, Choi. Is there any questions on the firewall? So we can see there's a lot of improvement in SonicWall Gen 7 compared to the generation 6. So it also using the new latest Sonic OS 7. Or if you all have any questions on the SonicWall switches, that we can answer you. Okay, we have one question here, Choi. So for the SonicWall firewall, do you have something like VM image or ISO for us to try? Choi, are you able
Yes,
to?
of course, the SonicWall, we have the virtual firewall. So this one you can install in your VM or Hyper-V. We have the virtual firewall series also.
Okay.
But this one we need to download from the SonicWall portal lah. So if let's say you want to have a try on this, yeah, you can contact us so we can provide you those info how to install on this virtual firewall, and you can obtain the virtual image for you.
Yes. To send in the inquiry to us in sales@secure1.com.my. So from there we will guide you like how to install the virtual firewall. Okay. So any other questions? And also we actually have we are going to launch a SonicWall promo on the coming April. So to look forward to our newsletter, and we will send out the partner newsletter to our partner. So if you have not registered to our newsletter, you can also send in your email to sales@secure1.com.my to subscribe to our newsletter. So we will constantly upload latest update or promo to our partner. Okay. So I think there's no more questions. If you have any questions later, you are welcome to email to us or call us. Okay, I do not want to drag your time. Okay, thank you everyone for joining us today.
Okay, thank you everyone.
So have a nice day. Take care everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.